Man, this kinda breaks their whole idea, right? If they Fading Hope, I draw even more cards. Let's see the play. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today finally deck with Hullbreaker Horror, card that you might have forgotten from Standard, and if you think it's not relevant, after today's video you will absolutely change your mind, because it single-handedly destroys Mono Blue so hard it's not even funny, and you will be witness to this miracle. The rest of the deck is Up The Beanstalk, Bant Control with Shark, so I really think you will enjoy it. Enough talk, I know you want to see the deck in action, so we'll go directly into games. And Shrimpy said he wants you to subscribe. Like, I am just a messenger, just relaying the information right out there. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy. This is Talia turn. Let's go like this. We can Leyline on the next turn. I really want the Make Disappear to negate his 2-drop, because it will be, you guessed it, it will be Talia. And if you can negate this card, it really slows them down. Like, 2 damage a turn is nothing. Especially with the, with the Shark. Alright, 1 removal. That's okay. So of course we messed a little bit curve by not playing, Shark on this turn, but with Make Disappear I think it's still worth it. Sure, that's definitely not something that is impactful. Invasion of Gobakan. Alright. Show me. It should still be Sunfall, I believe, right? So this will be 7 mana, but it means he doesn't really win the board. Like, if I have both Leyline and Emperor and Shark, like, it's so much, man. They cannot really beat it. We need to be careful on the initiate counters, because at some point they can kill the binding. They went with the Shark. That's weird. I would not expect the Shark, man. Okay, so right now they have only initiate, they have 3 cards. It's already a good game, basically. Especially if I draw like this. Yeah, we have Leyline, they know about it. This does nothing, and we kill the next creature he plays. Also on the next turn, it might already be Sunfall. He knows that we cannot guarantee it. He knows that we don't have the 5th land. Oh boy, he really likes this stuff. Let's see. If he goes for the Leyline, I can still cast it. So now it should be Sunfall, really. But each card is just game winning. Like, I can just play the Emperor and kill the board 1 by 1. Especially if all he has is double initiate. Man, he does literally nothing. Flipping the invasion is probably his only chance. And let's slow it down as much as possible. When we start going with the Emperor, he has... Oh man, that's so bad for him. So we didn't hit a land, but we don't really need to. The problem is that he needs to win the board somehow, and he won't. He cannot even attack. He cannot even attack. So this might be a Eiganjo, but I'm fine with it. That will still be one of the cards, and he has no Eiganjo. That's an explosion. Like, I don't think he can come back from this. It might be brutal, Qatar.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow
I still have the
and
creature. Like, he has no
insidious
board, man, and only 1 card. We are at 18. Like, it's... Oh, it's so painful. Hi. Up the Beanstalk is probably the last thing he wants. Let's play the land. Smork. And I mean... There's no chance for him to get back. He is out of gas, and even if he slows our cards, it only means that our land draws are great. Sure, so he will play this. I think we'll go with the Emperor. Oh, just the Shark. That will make attacks much easier. He doesn't want to trade because he thinks that he will scale more. What he doesn't know is that he will never have creatures. And this can get buffed after the combat phase, so he's not getting any value really. Let's keep going with this one. And I mean, we can just go like this. Just for the, the little tokens. Even 1/1 is huge. It also means that he cannot pressure those invasions, so we can be super aggressive. We're playing, but the game ended a long time ago. Especially if we cast something expensive. Right, that's pretty good. But even if we play Emperor, man, all the tokens that we'll get is like a lot of value already. And every land is super meaningful. So we don't need to attack, we win by card advantage, and we will get to Sunfall. And alright, this is insanely good draw for him, right? Because he can go with infinite cards, but it will be super slow. And when we play the Emperor, we can just make 4/4s and start attacking. Adeline, sure. Some haste for the next turn. And he wants to lose the specialist with first strike. He doesn't know about this Emperor. Alright. The problem for him is that whatever happens, I still have the Sunfall. It just will be a bit later. So we play like this, we make the board.
May your blade strike.
That's pretty good. So we could kill something. So he will play the Adeline, right? We will go like this. I want a big shark. Yeah, I want to kill it now. So this will be the creature. We don't care about Talia. We'll just kill the officer. And as you can see, we just make infinite value. And that's a 4/5. Yeah, we will just keep activating stuff. And at some point he will whiff, or we can just play the Sunfall. But I mean, he's giving us a good run for our money, but he still cannot really attack. And the point is that Virtue buffs everything, but always at the end step, so he never has this great situation, so he can attack. And look at this, this is what, 8/8, 40, 16, 16 in stats, just lurking here. So every mana we will have is just amazing. And still Sunfall lurking. And the Emperor on top of everything. And this just gives hexproof and indestructible, so it doesn't protect against Sunfall. It only buffs everything. I mean, I will take a blind guess. I think you will play Adeline and not attack. Because he doesn't really have any ways here. Oh, alright. Alright, the loyalty gives the counters. True, true. Good call, good call. True, so he can get rid of every +1. Alright, I forgot that this gives the same counters they need to remove. So yeah, he can try to kill some ley lines. Good point, good point. I'm glad our opponent is trying to make it close. Because as we know, aggro always has a lot of value. This is, you know, the signature of archetype, just infinite value. Makes perfect sense. Let's go with the big token right now. We need the biggest boost of power. And we are close to casting the Sunfall already. Do we just go wide? I think we go. Let's just play land. And do we attack? I don't think so. We'll just try to activate the tokens and go from there. I guess we could go for Lethal. You know what? Let's go like this. Just with flying. This way we probably force them to use the specialist and lifelink for a bunch. Because we can activate a lot, right? 3 tokens, so it's 10-10 in stats. Yeah, and we can also control how he blocks. And 1 land more and we can cast the Sunfall, so he loses everything. If he goes for the officer, like activations maybe, he can also target some of the artifacts, but it will take time and a lot of mana. This also means he will be probably not using the officer skill and maybe even not Adeline. And we can create a lot of tokens. So, you know, we will see, we'll see. Right now he has 2 turn Lethal, but with specialist it's fine. I guess the game wasn't as over as I expected. That's for sure. He's giving a hard sell here, but I'm still pretty convinced we will win this. Like, the Sunfall is the ace that we need. It's interesting he doesn't go for Up The Beanstalk, because we might cast Sunfall on the next turn, so we'll draw also a card. So that's interesting. Yep. Going from the big tokens first. We definitely want to trade against Specialist. Even though it unlocks the Initiate, I think it's still worth it. And if he attacks with everything, then the Emperor might -2, so it's... yeah, it's a little bit risky as well. I'm not playing into the Sunfall yet. We'll just go like this. He's fully tapped. He will get some counters here. And I think we'll activate all the creatures, most likely. So he can kill 2 of them as on the next turn as well. So let's go. If we hit Sunfall, this will translate to bigger token. If we won't, that's still fine. Alright. What is the toughness? Let's go on this guy, so we can both attack and defend at the same time. I think we'll go like this. He doesn't have great blocks, and that's a lot of damage. Right? He went once for the lifelink, but now he's at 4 and he doesn't have lifelinker anymore. So I'm wondering what will happen. Do I want to go for the officer? Not really, because then he kills the Leyline. To be honest, it's not the worst play because it taxes half of their mana, but I still think it's not worth it. They're keeping 4 mana, but they probably want to initiate counters. If they attack, they will get 2 more counters as well. So we will see. Oh. That means that they probably will die right now. Yeah, they will probably get exactly the blockers to survive. And we just remove 1 of the blocking creatures. I think they shouldn't really attack. Like, they won't kill us anyway. 6 blocker. Easy. Alright. Let's see the targets. Training, token, and scry, I believe, right? Yep. Because the Talia is a sorcerer, as we all know. That synergizes well with the passive. Alright, so I think this will be the last turn. I'm not sure what the strategy is. Like, this is 10... 14 damage. And he's dead on board. I'm not sure. Oh, right, the loyalty. Alright, it took me a while. but we got there. Just making sure. 13, 14. Sure. You know, just making sure, because I think sometimes it goes on the stack, even if you take the end step turn. And he has no mana right now. I mean, we can do it as well now. Let's get a lot of value. I probably don't need those stops. Call me cautious. Alright, some great cards from the top. And this means they don't untap. And let's activate something, because I think 12/12 instance will also help. I mean, our opponent really made it way more... Okay. That was the last turn, man. Alright, let's go like this. I mean, I don't know. I will just swing. I am the aggro player now. And he didn't crack a single invasion of Gobakan during the whole game. Alright, he took the damage. Alright. So no roping. Nice first strike lethal. Alright. This took way longer and it was way closer, but yeah, I think it was a pretty cool game. Let's keep the make disappear. It will hit there first. So let's prepare. They usually have it. Like a clock. Like a clock. Down to 4 cards, or 5, after they play. Here's the big thing. I think they might lose this. So we need to make sure that we hit the right mana. We have triple planes already. Yep, that's the mana. And let's counter whatever they will play now. Yep. Phase out. A hard negate, sure. Alright, so our opponent is at 22 life. They really went all in on this crazy place. Horror, it will be hard to play, but I guess they cannot counter it, so... I mean, that actually hard counters their deck, right? So all we need to do is just go into 7 mana, play this, and we should be fine. Sometimes you want to keep... Never mind. When we cast it, we'll draw so many cards, man. Let's go like this and see if they have a card. We will play like this. We want to get rid of the tap lands. I don't want this to get countered. Alright, the clock is ticking. play like this. We'll give them plenty of targets, but at least we get the token maybe. Yeah, on the next turn it has to be Hullbreaker. So no, it is what it is. This will get countered, we won't draw a card. Here's the Spell Pierce, we were trying to avoid that earlier. And now it's up to Hullbreaker. Alright, the Terror. Scary. We do not block, we'll block later. Not sure if he has Fading Hopes, that's the last piece. Definitely not a great draw. But he will attack with the Terror, right? We should win by controlling the game. Don't forget we are doing card with Up The Beanstalk. I'm still a little bit unhappy with the play. Maybe I should value it higher, we'll see. Basically it's 2 cards behind of where we should be. Man, this kinda breaks their whole idea, right? If they Fading Hope, I draw even more cards. Let's see the play. Oh, they want to counter it, but it doesn't work. Some epic draws on my side, but let's be honest, that's classic. Worst case, you can always Otawara or Up The Beanstalk and draw card for 6 mana. Not the best, but sometimes it can be enough. Here's the Fading Hope, sure. 10 damage already. Do we go for it? So on the next turn we know that we'll cast the Horror as well. We might block on the next turn. And this is basically a Terror. On the next turn it will be bigger. Another Terror. Very good at Magic, and as usual we draw only lands forever. That's not exactly what I wanted. If I draw this, there is a chance we draw Lay Down Arms and kill the Djinn. I mean, we are not that on board. Let's try it. Let's try it. Like, it doesn't matter when we play it. They still cannot counter it. Actually, it's better right now. Alright. Card we wish to cast before. Alright. So we can block the Djinn. And if he has Fading Hope, and he's looking for it, man. Oh man, I know how it ends. They will top deck Fading Hope and win. Because right now we are on the verge of winning this. Yeah, they need to be super aggressive. We need to block with everything and go like this. And we are at 1. The true control number, 1, is all you need. Not the best draws. I guess this can work, so let's just go with Up The Beanstalk. And that already solves one of the problems. We don't need to pay for the ward, it also slows him down super hard. While we have so much mana, he only has 5. Depopulate is nice, but probably not our play of the game. And I don't think we need to attack. Their only way of winning against Shrimpy is Fading Hope. And they don't have 2 mana. We can always Otawara and pay the ward. Or just activate the token. Alright. Huge turn. He really needs to do something super strong. Alright. Alright. Alright then. Fully tapped. You love to sit. And you know what will happen. Yoink. But why? What's going on? He's not activating the token. Man, this is so epic. Shrimp evacuation. I mean, I didn't appreciate how Horror is insane against Mono Blue. Man, this literally hard counters their whole deck. Alright, let's see this. We have the Triumph, so that really helps with the binding. Of course, our basic kinda double the Triumph, but still, it will be, what, 3 mana, so it's playable if we really need to. Especially with the Shark, like we can follow, we can play Shark into Binding, into Lay Down Arms and have a 6/6, so, you know, that's some early game plays already. We'll see how it goes. Our opponent is playing Gandalf, so is it mono red? The only question that pops into my mind. So they are playing Gandalf, they pretend super control deck, And they're actually a super control deck. Man, I only meet control decks today, I think. Invasion of Gobaga. Easy Seedshark. Yeah, definitely Seedshark in my opinion. Not even close. Unless, well, if they have perfect removal for it, I guess it doesn't matter. They know we cannot protect it because we have no counter spells. And that's an interesting one. Let's go with the blue mana. I mean, they have to have some removal, right? Otherwise, they would just exile this. So let's see. I'm pretty sure Seedshark will die. Maybe Destroy Evil. Maybe Soul Partition. Man, we are definitely enjoying drawing a lot of lands. 3 mana. So I know he cannot play the Emperor right now, but he can play it on the next turn. Here it is, the Bodyguard. Bro? Alright. Interesting. I could play the Binding, right? But I think... So I had a hunch that maybe he wants it, because he knows that the mana aligns perfectly, and we could get the Shark. So I think he might have some enchantment removal maybe, or just farewell. Not sure, but we'll see. So we want the Raffine Tower to have black mana, right? So we will cycle this. He's not attacking because he knows about the Eiganjo. Negate is great. This is actually a really impactful one. Right, so we get the Shark back. Now we go up the Beanstalk, we get some value. We draw a card and we see what it is. This is not blue, we will go with Raffine Tower. I need a lot of blue mana on the next turn, and I think I can take the hit from Treasure. So this should be some kind of blink deck, right? Everything just has enter the battlefield effect. If he draws a card with the Treasure, it means he cannot attack with it. So I'm kinda fine. We'll see, we'll see. We really want to untap on this turn, because then the Leyline Binding draws us cards, and we probably get ahead from there. He has only like 5 cards right now. Man, I want the Shrimpy. Like, it's so hard to hit the Shrimpy. It's usually in your opening hand, or you never see it. Alright, so that's the blink. But they didn't go for the Treasure. Isn't that supposed to hit your Treasure? Like, he didn't really get any value here. Do we kill the Treasure? That's my question. He has 1 white mana. I don't remember anything that can protect a creature for 1 white mana, but we will see. Maybe I missed something. Alright, it's out. So, yeah. 6 cards, but we should be super ahead in cards thanks to Up The Beanstalk, and we already have like 8/8 in tokens. So it should only get better from this. We will also have a Eiganjo, so basically 1 removal, and when we untap we unlock the Dissipate and maybe Negate. He should have something, right? Mostly creatures, but he definitely plays something that isn't a creature. And the point is that nothing has haste, so he doesn't really get any great value. Yeah, with a Eiganjo this doesn't matter at all. Alright, let's keep playing stuff. Do I want to be aggressive? I think so. So we invest only 2 mana. And we start hitting for 6. So that puts a heavy clock on them. And we still have a Eiganjo together with Make Disappear. And possibly Negate. And possibly Dissipate. But I probably want to double cast something. This can already block the Seraph, whatever he will take. Oh, he wants to kill the Binding maybe. Interesting. So I will go with negate here. Just because I think this will be harder to use against him, and make disappear is very easy. Like, we can sacrifice this and negate whatever he will play. So I think it's a little bit better. He really wants to flip this invasion, and I don't want to... Oh boy. He won't like it. That's game. Yeah, that's it. He invested too much money. I really enjoyed his deck. Like, I think the idea is cool. I always felt this journey thing is more to exile your opponent's cards and not yours. Because it's so negative tempo that you probably don't want to recast your stuff after this as well. Alright guys, we're after the games. They were pretty wild, so I hope you had a good laugh from all the plays and misplays probably. And yeah, what about Shrimpy and the control? I kinda like it, I have to say. Of course it's not the card you kinda want to see against Mono Red on the play, so that's why we only play one of them. However, against a lot of decks it can be absolutely like game deciding. Normal problem is that there's a lot of removal, so it's hard to protect the horror, especially that this is supposed to be your main wincon. However, we kinda circumvented with the Seedshark, Emperor, a little bit well with tokens, but also Up The Beanstalk. If you have this in the battlefield, you play the horror, you instantly draw some cards, so you just keep going with protection spells, and with Leyline you can activate it even easier, so even if you don't remove anything, don't forget, this is just a 1 mana enchantment. It doesn't need to target anything. You can just keep playing it and activate the Hullbreaker ability. So sometimes this is enough to win the game. Honestly, I think the deck is pretty enjoyable. It feels a little bit different than the classic control, so you know, if you are playing a lot you probably will appreciate the change. And I think the deck list is from some kind of tournament, so you know, when I saw it, it was like, oh right, Hullbreaker Horror, it exists in standard. I need to check it, and the mana base is very wonky. That's not my usual style, but you know, I wanted to experiment a little bit, and I have to say, I like this list. I think it's pretty good. One thing I have noticed, you don't have too much card draw, because we are going 1 Deluge, 1 Charm, something you need to be careful, but of course that's why we have Up The Beanstalk. However, there are not as many cards, like you have Sunfall's Bindings and Right the Whale together with possibly March. So not the most card draw, but 4 Up The Beanstalks should stabilize you kinda. And when you start Sunfalling while also drawing cards, usually that's really easy to close the game. We also don't play too many Mirrex, so against control matchups you need to be a little bit more careful. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I really wanted to try a Bant deck with something else than usually, and I think this one does the job very, very well. Oh, and thank you for watching. It is always really appreciated. Even if I don't mention it, I have it in my heart, you know? And honestly, I really do appreciate it. So have fun guys, see you tomorrow.